Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/slash Tales from Tech Support. In today's episode, yes, there's an error in the password. No, we won't fix it. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. Yes, there's an error in the password. No, we won't fix it. This is an old one from a time long ago when cell phones were used for calling and messages only, and Snake 2 was the best game available on them, so say. 2006, yeah, I know there were better phones available by then, but not in India, not cheaply at least. The year before, our government-owned telecom service provider had just started broadband services that it was providing over the same physical cables as our landlines. You needed a frequency splitter at the home end, from where one line went to your phone and the other to your ADSL modem to provide internet. Of the two options our TSP provided, rental ADSL modem or cell phone, I went for the second. However, a clerical error at the exchange level made them think it was a rental, and instead of the 2 weeks promised to me, they thought they could put me at the end of a 4-month waiting list. This was corrected after I went to the exchange myself and raised a ruckus, reaching up to the GM of the zone. Aside, that ruckus I raised over a decade and a half ago has been very useful since. I've never faced an outage when the rest of my housing complex has regular outages. If I face an outage, rest assured that the internet is down for the whole city. 2 hours after I met the GM, 3 engineers including the senior-most at that telephone exchange came home to check what the issue was. He had to reach out to his training officer at the head end, who had to log into the switch to read a few numbers, which when entered in my modem settings, started the internet connection I'd used ever since. But, you ask, where's the tech support? A few weeks later, I was called on by one of my clients in college. I'd assembled a few PCs for a few friends, who had taken a similar connection but was facing the same issue. Not my problem technically, the PC was working fine and dial-up worked perfectly. He too had reached out to the exchange. His mother worked in government and arranged for engineers senior to those who visited me to check it out, but even they had given up. Everything worked fine, even other ADSL accounts, but not this one. This piqued my interest. The whole issue was a mirror to mine. Could the resolution be the same? Let's check it out. I asked him to get his phone bill and read out 2 numbers to me. Me, phone number? Client, 022 96 555 123. That's also the username to be used. Me, account number? Client, 67890555123. They told me to enter this as the password. Me, and it's not working? Client, no. Invalid password it seems. Me, okay, you'll owe me a beer if this works. Try 67895555123 as password, and let me know what happens. I'll give the readers a minute to guess what happened and why. Some more clues. The account number matching the phone number partially was a coincidence. Normally they were vastly different. The same thing had happened to me. My last 4 digits were the same instead of my friend's 5. Got it? So here's what happened. The TSP's engineers were new at this broadband game. They also were unionized and working for a government-owned TSP. Thus, bent on reducing their workload anyhow. To reduce their own long-term workload, they had gone ahead and activated broadband at the head-end switch for every single connection in the whole city, to be connected at the exchange level when needed. That's millions of people who don't know they have broadband connections already ready to run, and are surviving on 128K dial-up connections. It was one database query that ran for a long time before services were started, but that's fine since it's not even public yet, and somehow a bug crept in affecting a few hundred connections only. What was that bug? The actual interconnection would be via the phone line connected to that number, so the billing wouldn't be affected. But the ADSL security setup asked for a username-password combo. Thus, the phone number as a username and account number as a password. The query was to copy the phone number to the username and the account number to the password fields. But, every time the last 3 to 4 digits of the account number matched the phone number, what the query did was to transpose the last different digit from the phone number to the password, the starting digits being copied from the account number. Thus, password error of exactly 1 digit in the middle somewhere. The phone call one of the engineers who visited me at the start made was to the guy who actually ran the original query. He was able to get into the database and run a reverse query for my specific case, and read out that password for us to enter into my modem. He also told us about the bug. Hence, for my friend, I made an educated guess and told him the expected password. The next weekend, this circle of friends, which included my client, met up for dinner. I didn't have to pay for a single drink all night. P.S. For those crying security issues at all, the whole setup I've listed is only for billing purposes. It's the phone line that's billed. I could use any working username password combo, and it would still bill my landline only.